Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Divine Encounters and It's so funny because I restarted it and the thing would not go off the screen. I don't care. Okay. And I'd like you to welcome my wonderful friend and guest, Sara Kujala.
Hi, everyone. You want me to introduce my group?
Yes.
Okay. My Facebook group is Doing Grief Differently with Adam and Sara. And I channel my son in spirit. It is a way of doing grief differently and life differently with an uplifting spin on it. There you go.
Yes. And today I wanted Sara to come in and help because we always end up doing cute things like light language, and we have two perspectives, and sometimes we pull cards. But it's about, I have to catch Sara up just like the rest of you. The other day I came back I was away, and Archangel Michael just kept giving me messages about, the bumpy ride. And I'm like, okay, so I'll listen. So it was about timeline shifts. That's what he called it, timeline shifts. And so what I got out of that is he said, it's like the energy is revved up for you to have your manifestations. And so the timeline shifts are coming, shift. And everything you ever wanted or didn't want is right here at all times. So it's shifting into your purview. And the best way, he said, the best way to work with that is to go with the flow and to more observe than get caught up in the more negative things that you don't really want to bring into. You can just, oh, that was there. I remember when I kind of thought of that, or, oh, that, I guess that's a possibility. I don't really want that possibility kind of thing, So I thought we would talk about things like being in the flow and things like what you're getting with, I do a lot of energy work. You do energy work and client work more than I do. I don't do a lot of regular client work. What do you have on that? What's your perspective?
Well, so when you reached out yesterday talking about, the Lion's Gate. So, it's like, oh my gosh, it's already here. It's the end of July. So everything that we've all been working on, it's almost like becomes climatic at this point in time, that the energies are just aligning to help support us in a stronger energetic way that we can feel it. We can feel the changes. We can feel the emotions. It's all just coming up to the surface more. It's not that it's new in any way. It's just you recognizing that this is a great opportunity to shift timelines. If you've been kind of wobbly in what you're visualizing your life to be, this is a great time to focus on what you do want.
Well, also, you just reminded me of something. Oh my God, where did it go? Also,
it's on a different timeline. Go find it.
I know it is on a different. Where did you go? Also, you reminded me of something. So I mentioned this yesterday before I did a little light language about the Lionsgate portal. I've been talking about this sunny new day, kind of new cycle coming in, and that this Leo season and the Lionsgate is really going to make it easy for you to feel this, even if you've been resistant. And part of the resistance is if you have an action that you need to take toward what you've been working toward, that's part of the push from the universe right now, your higher self. That's part of the beaten up kind of thing, and part of it is also, what I said, to learn to flow and to observe, because there's, are you sure you're ready to give this up? This hard crap you've been cycling through over and over again, or do you want to keep it there? The answer should be yes. I want to move forward. I want to leave it behind, but it can really test you because it can really get in your face kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, change, we all resist change, especially when we're unsure or scared or the unknown or whatever. So this is all about taking responsibility for your future and your future timelines, and not resist the change. Go with it, jump in the river and paddle with the current. because a lot of us have been like, doing 360s in the water, deciding, well,
yeah.
I'm not sure. And then we're getting pulled, and we don't like that feeling of being pulled and tugged at. So it's really just like you said, it's our higher selves, it's our soul pulling us in the direction that is our highest and best. It's just that we're not perceiving it that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're just not perceiving it that way. And me right here. So you have to expand that view and be more the observer instead of getting caught up in the emotions around it.
Yes. And that is the trick. Is it a trick or what? I mean, we've been at this how long, and we still are like, I still get sucked in. I get sucked in, but thank God I have guides, and they're like, yeah, you can't let that fool pull your vibration down. Don't do it.
Yeah, because
Don't
we
do
get
it.
tangled up in someone else's, especially if it's someone in your family, someone you're close
Yes.
to, work with, coworker. We get tangled up in their energy. You're in their aura, so you get tangled up in it, and then all of a sudden, it's like it's like when you pull out your special necklace that you want to wear, and it's all in about 10 knots, and you just want to go, screw it, I'll wear a different necklace. But you got to go through it and then untangle it. Oh, silly, whatever.
Is that our vibration, a necklace? That's what I was just thinking.
So you have to, for me, what really helps, because I'm very much a visual learner, and that's my strong suit, is is the clear seeing, is cut that attachment or that cord. Even if you have to do it every 5 minutes, you cut that and say, okay, that's their stuff. I'm getting tangled up in their mess, their bad mood, their conflict, whether, thinking that I have to go into their lower, denser energy with their crap.
Yeah, I think I talked about that yesterday.
You visualize putting duct tape a wall, or Archangel Michael's sword to cut it, or
absolutely,
whatever your creativity, wherever it takes you, follow that. And then even just for a few minutes, you're tangled up with them in a tangled mess. Is it because if you start getting pulled back into that conversation or that situation that pulls you down, that just means you're entangled in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's separating from it and paying attention to your own energy.
And it doesn't help anyone for you to lower your vibration for another person.
No. I mean, it'll serve you to realize and go, oh, see what happened? I wasn't taking care of myself. I dropped in. My misery likes company. We know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, but then it's up to you to jump
but
back.
It doesn't help them. I talked about that yesterday with Archangel Michael. It doesn't help them. It never helps someone else for you to lower your vibration for them. And it does, even if they look like they're kicking and screaming, it does help when you keep your vibration high, because it lightens the load some. You know what I mean? Whether they feel it or not.
It lessens the heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like we all have gone down the deep, dark hole many a times, but we know we've done it enough that we can jump back out. We don't have to stay down there and pout. Right?
Absolutely. I've been playing with the cards while you were talking. And then when I finally looked down, here's the card I saw. Inner Child. Isn't that a beautiful card? It's an oracle card. The Mystical Journey Oracle. Inner Child. So I think that serves what we're talking about, kind of letting the inner child come out and play, kind of helps you to raise your vibration, remembering what it is to play, whatever that is for you, focus on your passions kind of thing.
Yeah. Be youthful, less logical, more youthful. There you go.
More heart-centered. Absolutely.
More heart-centered, less disappointing to yourself. That's what I heard. So less disappointing to yourself. Well, why are you judging yourself? Don't judge yourself.
Oh, there must be a reason that, who was that? Adam is saying that. I want to share this because you said that. So I'm on a journey like all of you. And I just, I've gone through it with someone, and my guides and angels said to me over and over until I got it, you didn't do anything wrong and neither did the other person. You haven't done anything wrong and neither has the other person. And we have to really understand, that's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is there's nothing even to forgive. It was there, you know what I mean? It's not real. It's my whole journey is you're in and out of the illusion, in and out of the 3D illusion. And then it's so weird because I can see that and I can see it from the other perspective, but I you know what I mean? I think we all
right.
delve right back into the so
because there's something to learn. That's why we get back in, and we're here to experience the emotions because we grow from it and go, oh, I remember when that happened before. And it's not a trigger. Like if you can go into sit with those emotions, if someone or something triggers you, what's that bringing up? Just observe it, feel it, let it go. Problem is when it's still a trigger and you still have hurts around it and need a deeper understanding or perception of it, it'll suck you in to that back into that event like it's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of times, especially on the spiritual journey, you'll come out of it and you'll be like, you can really actually trace where you kind of made that something that wasn't even there kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like you assumed, you made assumptions.
Oh, assumptions. Yeah. We all do that. We do that every day and go, oh, I shouldn't have assumed that.
Yes. So yeah, somebody needs to hear you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. It's important to forgive yourself and to love yourself.
Yeah.
And
well, from the higher dimensions, from the heavenly dimension, there is no judgment. Mm-hmm. But here on this third dimension, we all judge everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we get that point of jumping that timeline so it doesn't we mind our own energy and let others do their own thing.
Yes, as hard as that can
be. Yes, it's still a reflection no matter what. It's still a reflection no matter what's going on.
It is, absolutely.
We all complain about certain even weather anomalies or things that are going on, like we could change that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about the heat wave here in South Texas, but it's
we used to change that when the Atlanteans. I'm just saying, right? I have memories.
Yeah, we can. No, we can talk about or tap into the rain clouds, whatever. But there's a commonality amongst all of us. Weather,
yeah,
traffic, whatever. So that's just the linear thinking mind, whatever. But it is much more fun to play in the higher realms, 1 foot in,
mm-hmm.
and see the bigger picture of it. Can't see the whole picture until we cross, because our body's in the way of that. But where you feel better about your life, what's going on, and the ride you're on.
Yeah. So practically, to be practical about being in the flow. Maybe that's why I've been given such a good example. Is when the thing happens, this timeline shift that comes in, that's hard, that brings your emotion out. Let yourself feel it. And then because if you try to change it right in the middle of an emotion, your mind is your mind is like, no, listen, this is that son of a monkey, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But feel it for a minute and then remind yourself, when you can get to yourself through your heart, okay, I need to observe this. And is this something, what do I still have something to learn from this? Do I want to keep this here? What do I do with this? And even if it's not you, if it's someone else, how do I not let their thing be part of my energy?
Dominate your present time.
Yes.
Because we all do that,
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been taught. It's been ingrained in us.
Well, especially the feminine, right? You're supposed to take care of everyone. You're supposed to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Or even just like, you and I could be on social media or whatever, and there'll be a news flash or whatever, and then that dominates, So it's up to really each one of us,
Mhm.
because it's still a reflection. I mean, we're never supposed to go hide away, of course. We have to learn how to integrate the energies, and really become more of the observer instead of the reactor. That's what it comes down to. I just pulled a card. It is, I'll read it, Healer of Emotion.
Wow, very nice.
This is a time to follow your heart and feel the fullness of your emotions. Perfect. You may feel so compelled to nurture others that you forget to care for yourself. Flashes of intuition provide you with the incredible insights. You or another person is a kind, tender-hearted, loving, and trustworthy friend. So that's perfect. So there you go. That's what this is all about. So
That is awesome.
And you're going to be noticed more. You'll know more. You'll have more signs and synchronicities. It's when you're in the flow. That's when you're going into the flow of the rivers.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is because I get messages too, on my channel, from my channel. What's I think there's a group of people that's just coming out of the dark night also.
Ooh, yeah.
Has recently,
another dark night.
Yeah, another one. And it's not trusting this energy, and I do videos, and over again I say, this is a new cycle. This is like the sun came out and it's time for your beautiful new beginnings. And you have to trust that, because you put that cycle in. As a collective, we kind of put these cycles in place. It's not, when people say the universe, it's not outside of you. You are the universe, you are. I'm trying to pull a card too, and it's going to get loud, huh? From the angels and ancestors. So you have to trust. And I mean, I think you could find other readers that will tell you about this new cycle too. Hold on. This is what I pulled. Air Guardian, shift your perception.
There you go. Shift your perception.
Yeah.
It's because of the different energies or vibrational frequencies. It's kind of like, it's like genres of music, whatever station you're on too. Mm-hmm. If you're in between a station or it's all garbled up, it's having clarity, peace and clarity, and knowing your worthiness. That's coming up. And understanding that this is a collective energy, like you said. Mm-hmm. We got to swing the pendulum in a forward motion. It feels like it's still going to be chaotic for several months, maybe another year or so.
But why is that? Because people are being stubborn and not taking actions that they're supposed to take toward what they've manifested. You cannot. It's a law. You cannot manifest something. You cannot put all that work into it and walk away. You have to follow through, or you're getting beat up. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
And that there's a lot of focus on different movements across the whole world. So pay attention where you want to put your energy. Put it where, to good use. If you're feeling scrambled and in your thoughts, that just need to do more grounding, do some more grounding work. And, with the earth.
There will be some scrambled. Yeah. Right now, especially, that's going on. Maybe we can cover that in our light
too.
language.
Talking about we all intuit our way every day. It's just sometimes we follow the wrong lead. We just take the wrong lead because we're following a hurt or a trauma response versus
or a self-worth, lack of self-worth. Some ego deaths, people think ego deaths are just about an inflated sense of self, and it's not always the truth. It's some ego deaths are about a deflated sense of self, not understanding your true worth. It's a recentering, of course, of your, letting these beliefs go, the things that you think are supporting you. But it has supported some people to think they are not worthy.
It's true. There's always a purpose to something. So just take that, keep going up the next rung on the ladder to look at it. Go, why am I still doing the same thing? That's cycling through the same kind of relationship or the same problem. It's till you learn it, you're going to keep bringing it to yourself. I say the universe because that sounds better than, because you're not being punished. Sure feels like it sometimes, but It's up to you what catches on your hangnail. You know, we all have potential hangnails. So it's up to you to take care of yourself.
That's great. Hangnails. Hangnails.
Hangnails hurt.
They do hurt. You're right.
They hurt. You know,
Look,
something
I fell off
so
the steps
small.
today.
There you go. Well, speaking of falling up the steps, yeah. So you're gonna feel like if you need to be grounded, you're gonna know it. If you're gonna be all scattered all over in your thoughts, and you feel like you're trying to do 20 things all at once and don't accomplish anything, you need to ground. Take time to ground, or watch comedy, play with your pets, do something that's that's healing. If you can't it's not like you can't, but if you feel like you're in an energy slump, then be around and create an atmosphere that's a lifting energy. Like that's animals, nature. That's all high vibrational.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So practice ways of taking care of you instead of worrying about the whole world.
Absolutely. We are the world.
We are the world. Don't bring Michael Jackson in.
It wasn't just Michael Jackson. There was a lot of.
No, it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're feeling Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
fun. Feel the power, not powerless. The sense of lack. We all identify with some sort of sense of lack. So fulfill those needs and desires. Be selfish about your own energy. That's what's going to spread out. That's what's going to spread out and help heal.
Absolutely.
Especially during this time in the next few weeks, especially more so. Dynamics change. Lots of things will be occurring around the planet. Things are getting stirred up. Much extremes, for whether it's weather extremes, radical views. Radical views, different extremes and radical views. All that's just going to be heightened and highlighted. But just know who you are and know your strengths and know your superpowers.
And it's all goes back to timelines shifting. And so, if you're not aware, you're going to sometimes grab on to the ones you don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then push them. I think some of that's on purpose. I'm not saying it's not on purpose, because there are things that have to come out.
Be uncovered. Well, more light. I think there's so much that's there. It's always been there. It's been suppressed in our lifetime for sure. That there needs to be, it needs to bubble up so we can put more light on it, so we can be the change instead of just pushing it aside and saying shh.
Are you talking with the man in the mirror?
So that I'm getting all kinds of things.
Him to make a change.
Is that your light language? Okay.
That's Michael Jackson's light language.
It sure is, isn't it? I can't sing like that. Yeah, we all have our faults. We have all our shortcomings, but yet we're all made up of each other. In essence, we truly are. It's always a reflection. If you were raised to, this is how a person should act or should be, all those ones that are the opposite of that are our triggers, because we think it has to be a certain way because we were raised that way. So we can identify that and then accept them and go, okay, they were raised differently, or they broke free from their patterns, whatever it was. Learn from that,
Or we could be the ones that people say. I prefer to be the rebel. I'm a rebel.
You're the rebel. I prefer to be goofy. I'm gonna be goofy like Sara and Nanette.
Yeah, let's be goofy like Sara. I know some people are probably like, these two.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's these two again. Whatever.
It's been a while. So I guess we'll do some healing. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, I just think I want people prepared. I feel like if you understand what's coming at, oh my God, I got passionate. I'm sorry. Was that loud when I hit my mic?
It wasn't loud on my end.
When you understand what's coming at you and how to navigate it, then you do so much better. We can do some healing and light language around that. That's great. I think that's great. Especially, I really keep hearing, there's a good collective amount of people that are kind of coming out of a dark night. I don't think it's necessarily a harsh one, but there is a collective of people that might watch this who are coming out of that. And and then I think everybody's a little mistrusting right now after being locked down for
Locked down, and a lot of things have happened around the world that make you question other people. Understandable. Makes you question humanity and everything else. But look for those helpers, look for those helpers, and just know that the uncovering is deeply rooted and it needs to be uncovered. So we don't have to keep cycling through this all the time.
Yes.
Absolutely. On a larger scale. Okay.
You go first. You want to go first? Are you going to do Reiki too?
I'll do some Reiki and a little bit of light language. Gosh, I haven't done that in a while. Okay. So everybody close their eyes, take a few calming breaths, and just allow the energies to go where they're needed. I am Asawana, I am Anini Namakataya, I am Sanamananini Wamanaya Dakataya Titiaya, Asawana Makataya, I Anini Wana Nanani, I Kasama Dadi, Itini Makataya Watadara, Alanamikanaya, Sikriya Bataraya, Kanini Manana, I Anini Wanakatikaya, Tikapataka, Tikipataka, Tikiti, Amanakataya, Tikitaya, Tapatiti. Tapataya Siticha Katiwaya Naya now Katigaya Natatila Aminakatia Activity Edi but it did get it Kapaya Takatia Titikaya Titikaya Tikaya.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to share because I get to. Well, when you were doing the Reiki at first, it just felt like all the higher chakras were being hit up, which is good. I think it's a good sign, huh?
Yeah.
And I swear I saw a Mayan. I'm like, are you native? No, you're Mayan. I don't know why I can't. Do you have a past life as a Mayan?
Probably so.
You remember?
Maybe so.
Okay.
Only because I was thinking actually Mayan. First I went Native American, then Mayan, but then it was like Galactic. It was like the Mayans and the star people.
But I think there is a Galactic group.
Yeah, probably so.
Or they have.
I kept going up and up and up.
Maybe they have ascended to that. Maybe. I think I've read something about that before. If you've heard anything, comment below. But I feel like maybe the Mayans have ascended, and that's why you saw boom, boom, boom. That's perfect.
Yeah, star people.
Okay.
It was like it kept getting faster, and it was like, I think I am doing some like alien chatter at first. So it's like, okay, I'll just go with it. I'll go with it.
I want to ask her why. Okay. This is what I'm getting. There's some energies that are coming in with these other energies that are coming from the Galactics, and she wants to help balance that. Yeah.
Okay. Or integrate it, and to know that we're on a cusp. We're on a big cusp. We're here for a big change. That's why we chose all to be here on this planet at this time. Woohoo!
Yes, woohoo! Even though it is so painful, it's a very painful path. But oh my God, we chose it. Yeah.
Some of us are choosing, to kind of explore our galactic lives and our galactic ancestor and our, DNA strands that, that are there that we just really aren't not, that are there. Maybe we're just not on paper that we can observe it, but it's there. So maybe you're ready for an encounter or to be channeling or to have visual confirmation, whatever it is, go with it.
Whatever your level up is. Yeah.
Whatever your level up is. Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're trying to help transformed too. Okay. Well, I am going to just go with it. I'm not going to try to define who or what I'm going to do. So you could tell me if you
Okay.
get anything. Okay. Let me let the energy come in. I have to stop for a second because I'm talking to whoever this is, and I'm like, "Are we doing a production? Just do it. Just do it." It's so funny. Okay, guys, you get—that's what you get. You get what you get with me. I'm comedy. All right. I know I'm back.
Whew,
Yeah, it was. Ooh.
that was strong. I could feel like receiving it and all the way just aligning, like trying to line up my chakras at the end.
Ooh.
I could just wonder, oh, it felt at first it was like all of the ancestral lineage coming through, but but bringing forth all the good stuff that we have learned and have recycled and repurposed in this lifetime from our ancestors. Not talking about traumas or whatever, and I'm breaking that stuff, the good stuff that we've carried through that is coming forth, and it's like surfacing for us, all of us on the planet. And also is still carried at the end all the way up to the stars at the very end. All the way up again too. So this is calling forth like a merging of all ancestors that exist.
Oh God, you're gonna make me cry because I talk about the ancestors all the time
Okay.
and how we've done all this work to heal the ancestral lines. And so maybe this is for you, for all the work you've done, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
maybe
Okay.
that break was necessary to give I don't know.
A switch,
why.
maybe. Because it wasn't
Yeah.
just the choice to bring forward all the good stuff. It's kind of like when we're in a hurty place, we talk about all our traumas. What about all the good stuff? We're alive and breathing because of our ancestors. It's carried forward, or we wouldn't be here. That's right.
And some of the magical gifts, they want to give us some of the magical gifts, whatever that means.
Stardust.
Oh, I love stardust. Give us some stardust. Give us some heaven dust and stardust.
And that we all have the ability to foresee the future, to manifest instantly if we so believe and desire, which is tough, as we know, instantly.
I'm glad you said that. I'll tell you why when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. And that we should walk higher and prouder than those before us because of them.
Yeah, because why you said that, because I used to say I don't understand it. I feel like I should just say I should just put that intention out there and it should be right here. Why do I feel that way? Why do I feel that way? And because you can on other levels, in astrally and spirit and whatever. But they're saying I felt a very big feminine energy. I know it's not just feminine, but she's saying, yeah, that you can do that. Sure, absolutely.
And we've past eras have. It's like we had to go and cycle through it all again and get back to our roots,
because we were murdered all the time for it,
Yeah,
right?
we were murdered all the time.
I have to talk to people about that all the time. They're like, I just can't reach my gift, but you have to heal the part of you that is scared you're going to be, persecuted.
Persecuted. And even going back to, say, the Mayan times or whatever, and say, this is what it was all the oneness.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the oneness. So we're coming back to the desert days, because I was talking about how dry it is here right now. Visualize the type of future that you want to see within your home, within your awareness, and then just keep on, kind of like your own vision board that's in your third eye.
Yes. And observe if it's something, it's kind of the law of the universe. You will see the opposite before you see what it is. And oh my God, that just clicked. Maybe that's because you've created the opposite at some point.
Some point in our lives, it already existed.
Oh my God.
So you got to override it, and you got to go delete.
Observe it. Just let it. You don't even have to do that. Just observe it and let it flow through.
Let it flow through. Like, a lot of times in private sessions, I'll say, well, okay, you've already done that in this life. You've already went through this, but there's still that little, like it's going to happen again, because you have that feeling, even though you don't have a current memory in this lifetime, you've already been through it. So check off, I've done it. It's been there. So I'm doing the higher timeline this time around. I learned from it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I hope that this helped a lot of people. I know, or any people, I don't care how many people it helps. I think I do it the same reason you do it. It's just because it's going to help someone, and that's just it's like the butterfly effect, right?
Yes.
It helps one
yellow butterfly.
Yeah. Right. Okay. They have to be yellow. Adam, yellow. It can be blue or purple. But yeah, absolutely. I hope this is helping someone. I feel compelled to say this. If you are someone who understands or can figure out later that you were doing some ancestral healing, I want to share with you something that happened to me at the beginning of this part of that journey, because I've been, on a spiritual journey a long time. This has been the harshest part of it. And it was about 4.5 years ago. I was outside and there was a line of ancestors in front of me, lined up kind of in two lines, and they went to their knees like in honor of me, and they gave me something energetically, which could energy, crystal energy, something, whatever. I had no idea it was going to be as hard as it was, but I feel like this is kind of full circle. You know what I mean? And this is gonna click for someone. I feel like this is full circle. Now they came and they gave us something at the completion of that really rough ancestral healing phases. I'm not saying no one will ever do another ancestral healing. But I think I think the really
as soon as you say no one will, or I'm not. It just means
no, I would never say that. Never say that. I just don't think it'll be as heavy as it had. I feel like the energy was so ramped up the past few years. The pandemic worked into that. I know people don't want to hear that, but I feel like it worked into it to help people. To help people heal things. So I think, and if you did do the rough stuff, if you get more ancestral healing, be like, whatever, bring it on,
right. And you just have to go it's back to change again. We're so resistant to change. It's that fear. So you got to look at the fear. Why? Where is this coming from? Are you creating your future out of your fears? Really look at that.
Well, and it's very prevalent now. And Archangel Michael, who's always with me, always giving me messages to give, because that's really who I channel, is the angels. It's like, this is what you're here for, because it's been built up so heavy in the past centuries to realize that it's all it's all an illusion that you set yourself into. This whole place is an illusion that we set ourselves into, and we're learning to emerge from that and understand that it's an illusion that loving energies have held in place for us because we wanted to come in and learn how to master ourselves. And also
play with the energy
and learn the opposite of what we are, which is perfection and love. And so, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's the message today with a channel, James Kahn. So it was all about that we're all perfect. We're already perfect.
I've talked to someone else today and we were talking about how the angels have told us we're perfect. That's amazing.
We're all perfect, and we just don't see ourselves.
We are.
Because our little self, we're digging about everything because of how, our upbringing, it's our beliefs and lack and self-worth.
And it all goes with you've done nothing wrong. You're perfect. You just are navigating your way through this,
So when we judge another, it's really a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. That's a hard one. It's a hard one. But that's where it all comes in together.
It is indeed.
So when how you feeling, that's the track you're on.
Yes.
If you don't like how you're feeling, you got to change the track.
And you're not crazy on this journey. When you get, when you go through spiritual awakenings and ascensions and you get to higher levels, you're not crazy when you go through many of those levels in one day. It's great. I think that needs to be said. It's you integrating, because you can feel like you're really crazy sometimes on this path, but you are integrating the higher energies, and it's a step process. You've had these energies how many years, and you're trying, to move forward. You're not trying, you are moving forward.
Right. Yeah. It's just, you will feel like you're crazy sometimes. So really ground center, and, do different types of forms of healing. So you feel like you're in your body. When you're too far out of your body, sometimes, you can be really flighty and wake up and go, what month is this? Like, where am I? Who's the president? What?
It is. And it's like, I was at the nail salon today and the guy kept saying, and I never do any of this stuff. I was trying to check my phone all the time. I was moving. I wanted to see what he was doing. I'm moving my hand. I never do this. And he kept, he was trying to be patient with me. And I was like, I don't know what's going on today. Sorry,
It's just not, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just scattered energies, but just to get back on ground, kind of like when we first started, we had to do it a couple times or whatever. That's okay.
Kind of when I got home and fell up the steps too, right?
Fell up the steps.
God.
So, but love yourself through it, and I heard be patient. Maybe that's going to be the theme. Be patient. Be patient with yourself.
This is the theme of the spiritual journey, isn't it? Oh, yes, you should always be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace.
Alrighty.
All right.
That's it. Okay, so
we love you all. Yes. Take care, everyone. We hope this is helpful. If it was, please like, share, subscribe.